Good afternoon, all of you in the class on quote a national movie which is related to film study. A film study is an academic discipline that deals with various theoretical, historical, and critical approaches to films. It is sometimes subsumed within media studies and is often compared to television studies. Film studies is less concerned with advancing proficiency in film production than it is with exploring the narrative, artistic, cultural, economic, and political implications of the cinema. A film may be considered to be part of the national cinema of a country based on a number of factors such as the country that provided the financing for the film, the language spoken in the film, the nationalities or dress of the characters, and the setting, music or cultural elements present in the film. National cinema emphasizes the structure of the film industry and the roles played by market forces, government support, and cultural transfers in that particular nation. In the 1980s, film theorists revised the notion of national cinema by questioning the perspective nature of the discipline and addressing issues such as multiculturalism, globalization, and increasing transnational flows of images, capital, and people. The editors of Theorizing National Cinema, Valentina Lee and Paul Willeman, assert that I quote, it is too early to relegate still unresolved to a bygone era. I unquote. There is a rich cinematic tradition emerged with Indian films being recognized for their global commercial appeal as early as the 20s and through on to the present. The national cinema enables a focus on films from a country considering their production context, finance facilities, and structure of distribution, in addition to the way these films display and create a sense of national identity. National cinema can be defined in following terms. Economic terms, national cinema is equal to domestic film industry. That means who owns and controls in which nation that cinema is picturized. Text-based approach. There we consider what are these films about, their communities, worldview, and national character. Exhibition-led or cosmopolitan-based approach. Question of which films audience are watching, anxieties about cultural imperialism, criticism led approach reduces national cinema to quality art cinema rather than those pandering to the desires and fantasies of popular audience. Some other approaches are production, audience, discourses, textuality, cultural specificity. Characteristics of national cinema can be discussed as follows. Knowledge of a nation's socio-political history is essential to understand films, messages, and value. When we see any cinema, if you can study socio-political history out of that, that movie can be a national movie. Films are indicative of attitudes, lifestyles, ideologies of the nation. They are also shaped by censorship, film policy, propaganda, and industry structure. The national cinema is classified into regional and subnational. Now, looking into the topic, Code is an Indian cinema which fulfills the notions of national cinema. Chaitanya Tamne's much admired Marathi film code was selected as India's official entry to the Best Foreign Language category of the 2016 Academy Awards. It was also the official entry from India for Oscars award. It is awarded with the National Award for Best Feature Film by the Directorate of Film Festivals India. The Marathi movie code satisfies most of the requisites of national cinema. It gives socio-political situations in India. This film presents the scenes where the orthodox attitudes of Indians are exposed before the viewers. Even today, the untouchability is practiced in the society. Indian systems are corrupt. The sacred legal system is corrupt and does very less for poor and downtrodden people. Dalits are harassed in almost all realms of life. This movie is a story of Dalit activist poet who is alleged responsible for the suicide of a sewage cleaner. The leading newspaper, Indian Express, reviews this movie in the following words, I quote: the cinema leads us through his arrest and judicial remand and hearings, resulting in a film that is throbbing, urgent, vital, belying, and spares near documentarian manner of the telling. Who is at fault? The frail activist with a hardy soul, the lawyers who fight for and against him, the judge who decides his fate. Are we the people adept at breaking the rules and getting away with murder? That is, if your paper is still the kind that world would cover such below the poverty line incidents in the first place. And good. Folk music plays very important role in the movie. The ballad singer Narayan Kamble, who is the hero of the movie, living in Mumbai, revolts against the system. His touchy voice against caste differentiations, harassment of poor people in India, rouses resentment in the minds of common man. Being a whistleblower, he becomes problem for social system. So he is purposefully involved in crime of provoking for suicide by the government. But he cannot be stopped even by the legal system. He continues his work against social evils. He is arrested several times by police and charged even with UPA, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Instead of finding out solutions for social problems in India, we know that Indian government stifles the voice of a person like Narayan Kamble who tries to disclose the truth. The movie gives a picture of contemporary Indian society where nobody supports certain social system against social disparity. Indians believe in shabby prosperity, modernization, and urbanization. We can see this thing is reflected in the movie. Movie ends with highlighting Indian educated middle class, which is totally blunt towards social problems. The middle class tries to live in comfort zone with peace. Indian courtroom is setting for the various prominent scenes in the movie. The slow functioning of the court is irritating for the sensitive minds, but it is suspicious whether the Indian mind is sensible to feel. Court successfully tells the story of below poverty level people in India who cannot get the attention of middle class and rich people in the society. The movie reveals the truth of bitter discrimination based on the class and caste. It though does not appeal like other courtroom dramas, but creates an everlasting impression in the minds of viewers to make them restless due to the social cruelty unobserved by the Indian government systems and people living in independent democratic nation with liberal economy. No doubt the movie is successful national film awarded with numerous prizes but scarcely seen by Indians because they love fantasy than reality. So this is the whole discussion about Code as a national movie. Definitely this can help you for your research purpose and for your studying, film study, which is very prominent literature literature in today's era.